be shocked who your real friends are. And we're talking friends and family. We're going to talk about them both. Essentially, there's one thing that's very simple. Ask yourself, who does things behind your back and who doesn't? Who's up front and who isn't? The people who have ever done things behind your back, they're not your friends. They're not your friends at all. They will lie to you, and their relatives too. Their relatives and friends. They'll lie to you. Oh, I was just testing this person. No, you weren't. You were trying to get one over on me. You see, when you have relatives and friends that try to go after women you're with, and they know you have a woman in your sights, and they're going to go after her anyway. Oh, I was just testing. You have to ask them, who are you to test, first of all? And second of all, do you think I'm stupid? No. You're seeing what you can poach off of me and get away with in a nutshell. That kind of thing. People will take advantage of positions in your life. Unfortunately, sometimes, they have the role of parents. Sometimes they have the role of siblings. You got to deal with them sometimes when they're out of line, when they're interfering in your personal relationships, that kind of thing. Saying things that are inappropriate and causing disruptions in your life. Giving you opinions on things that you didn't ask for. That kind of thing. That is called control. When you're dealing with a family member, it's control. And it's based on their own fear and their own inadequacies. It's so very true. When you're talking friends, most really strong men don't have a lot of guy friends. A lot of your weaker guys, they have a lot of guy friends. They're hanging out with a bunch of guys. Very seldom am I out with a bunch of guys. Very, very, very seldom. I can probably count it on one hand. A few fingers. Very seldom. The times that I have picked up women in bars in places like LA and New Orleans, I have been by myself, alone. I come in there alone and confident. Not falsely confident, but confident. Sure. I may have just gotten off work. Let me tell you something. There's nothing more confidence building than when you get off work and you go to happy hour. There isn't the stink of shame. There's the stink of dependency. There's any of that there. But most definitely, depending on what you do, there's no stink of, I have to justify what I do for a living either. Now, there are people, like in Hollywood, you have actors that they don't work. They do not work consistently. But when they work, it pays off and everybody knows it. And everybody's around them. But keep in mind with those friends, most of them will not be there when you're not full of cash. When you're not flush with cash, when you haven't booked that part that everybody's heard about, guess what? They're going to be real slim. And the people that are around you then are your real friends. The ones trying to talk to your girlfriend or signal her behind your back, they're not your friends. The one that calls you up and tells you, hey Marvin, look, your girlfriend did this. She called me up and she did this. That is your friend. Big time. I had a friend do that with a girlfriend of mine. And, she wasn't trying to cheat with him or anything, but she was calling behind my back, And what did he do? He called me up, hey, I do not like liars, Marvin. This is how it goes. Yeah. She called me up. I confronted her with it. That kind of thing. Now, a lot of women don't like that, that there are guys that are actually loyal to each other. Some are actually loyal to each other. Very few, but some are. What I've experienced with women is some are loyal to each other. Guys, giving the girl he's just met, her girlfriend, the eye. That's a test. Well, the biggest test of all is for her to have you meet her bestie and her bestie to give you the eye. That's one of the biggest tests. When I'm with a woman, I'm 100% loyal. When she's with me, I'm 100% loyal. I'm as loyal to you as you are to me, quite frankly. But when I'm single, I know how to get out there and tear it up. I know how to do it. And it's not very hard in LA. You just have to reach down your own throat and find your heart and find your guts. And absolutely positively, do not be afraid of being alone. Because that's when the good shit happens. When you're alone, that's when that mystery woman flies right in. And then another one flies. And next thing you know, you're really popular. Next thing you know, one after the other. And then finally, somebody upstairs says, you know what? We better send Marvin a girlfriend. Somebody solid, because he's planning on getting out of control here. He's sitting here and he's loving it. He's like, all right, I get the rust out the wheels. Here we go. I'm going to start a rotation. Oh, and sure enough, wait a second, Bubba. Here's this girl here. Yeah, she's sexy and she's solid, and you're not going to want to lose her. So you're going to say goodbye to the others, because you wait and see what she does. And sure enough, you're in a relationship. That's how it goes. I agree with Tom Likas on a lot of things. As the other, some things not so, but a lot of stuff it's so tried and true. Complete your career and reach your goals. So that said, most people, 90% of people, 99%, you will not meet your love of your life in high school. I've seen maybe a few couples that I went to high school with. They're still together today and they're happy. They're the exception to the rule. And they're wonderful people. Most other people, it doesn't work that way. The girl you meet your freshman year of college, most likely isn't the love of your life. She might be, most likely isn't. Tom Likas is right about one thing. Work on your career, most definitely. Achieve your life's goal, and the missus will appear, most definitely. That is, if you're ready to receive her, that is. Because from my experience, the old romantic narrative is we're going to take on the world together. We're climbing together. Most of those couples don't make it. Most of the time, when times get tough, she's taken off. Or you might have a guy who says, you know what, I want this woman over here. He's subject to temptation. He'll jump ship on her, and you got a real mess. But 9 times out of 10, when she says, I'm here for you, I see you climbing this, that, the other, chances are she will not make the finish line. If she does, you've got a good one. Without question, you've got a good one. To be an entertainer, you have to, as a male, you have to have a strong woman behind you. She's either going to be another entertainer or in the industry. There are a handful of them that are not in the industry and stay out of the limelight, that are that strong and that reliable, that dependable, that loyal, and that loving. There's a handful of them. Yeah. But they're few and far between. Most of the time, a lot of them are gullible, and they can be tricked into betraying you. If she works behind you, if she talks to people behind your back and you can't know about it, really? Are you a secret agent? You have a security clearance? Are you in the military? Or are you in law enforcement? Are you a senator on the Intelligence Committee? Are you in the House of Representatives? Are you the president? No, you're none of the above. But you can meet with people and keep a secret on, about what you talked about. You can meet with males and keep those secrets. I mean, if it's a cold read, they do have disclosure agreements, completely different. But it's just somebody a friend. You can't know what we're talking about. Get out of there. That's somebody who can and will cheat on you. A secret's 2 people, and one of them's dead. So, guess what? You're not dead. I hope not yet. She's not dead, and her friend ain't dead. It defies logic. If she can keep a secret from you with one of her male friends, you need to get out of there. And I'll take it one step further. With most, and I do most of her female friends, if they're keeping secrets and you can't know about it, I mean, the fact that you know that there is an inferred secret says one thing. You're not included. Get out of there. Because if there's a real secret, if her friend has done something and it's in confidence, your mate is not going to tip her hand and say, oh, I can't tell you. Oh, I can't tell you. Right there. I can't be here. See you around. That kind of stuff. Because she's not honest. She's playing a stick and carrot head game. She's playing with you. You got to be careful of that stuff. But yeah, I'm totally about full disclosure, you know. If I am in a traditional relationship, full disclosure. Even for ones that are not so traditional, full disclosure. You don't want to be hit in the face with her new mate and, oh, I forgot, you're out of here. No. You want to know what all the possibilities are. You want to know just how committed she is. And it's only fair that you let her know how committed you are. I had a girlfriend who lied to me. She was a liar. Okay. I would always warn her if we were going into a place that there was an ex. That became a point of contention. It was opportunistic of her to say, oh, you're talking about other women. You know, manipulative, lying, in a nutshell. This is someone that I could not ask a direct question to and get a direct answer. Didn't last long at all. If you run into somebody like that, get out of there. Their agenda is not kosher. It's not good. It is not good at all. So that's it. What you want to do, you know, when you're out and about and you're dealing with family and friends and all this other stuff, that's a big test. When you bring a girl to meet your family, watch how your family behaves. It's not so much how the girl behaves. That's rather simple. How does your family behave? How do relatives, extended family, behave? They're revealing who they really are. And that is the only time you will ever see them as they really are, is when you have a new mate in your life and they're meeting the family. And it's sad to say, the women are pretty well predictable if you're a male. They're pretty well predictable of how receptive they will be to your mate. It is the males you have to look at. And you get to see some of the people that you thought were trustworthy turn into snakes, quite frankly. Watch them. Big time. Class reunions, one of my favorite subjects. I don't attend them. If you were my friend, I would know it and we'd talk. More than just a class reunion. That's the reality. You're going to have haters. You're going to have people trying to break your appliances and things like that. Oh, that was an accident. Oh, it's an accident that I broke your iPad, all this other stuff. Have no illusion. You have people just like that. They can be friends. They can be relatives. But they're revealing who they really are. Which is bad. And let me tell you something. Once you see them as they really are, everything changes. It has a cascading effect, or a domino effect. And you start to see other people just like them. They're not as bright as they used to be. Because they've darkened their existence. And they've darkened their soul. Every time somebody jealous throws a thought dagger at you, they darken their soul. Pretty soon, the place that you thought was really positive is really dark. And you need to move into better. And if you mention it to some people, those, oh, this person's being negative. You're not being negative. You're seeing them as they really are. Jealous, sniveling, dishonest, and quite frankly, they're thieves. Because they'll steal love out of your life. They'll steal your light. Don't ever let anybody steal your light. Again, friends and relatives are good for this. And never forget, the people that were your enemies, a great deal of them, outside of the ones that were mystery enemies, were once your friends. Never forget that.